Hey guys, it's Car Guy 11. How's everybody doing? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's doing well. And welcome to the 2021 year-end spectacular. Thanks for everybody joining, and be sure to say hi in the chat. We'll have a chat going. I definitely want to get your thoughts on what you think or what is your favorite car review of the year. And we'll talk about some of the highlights of the year and go through some of those car reviews. But yeah, a lot of firsts this year as well. And chime in too and let me know if everyone's hearing me okay. I see it here on my iPad. I think it's broadcasting, but yeah, I'm excited for you guys to join. I didn't do many of these this year, but yeah, I like to do the year end one at least, just to talk about it. It's a lot of fun. A lot of you guys contributed with your cars, so very grateful and thankful of that. We had a record number of car reviews, 25 actually this year. So thank you for all of that. A lot of subscriber cars. Still had some of the press cars, and I also worked with dealers this year, which was great. So and Dan's joining us. Happy holidays. Thank you, Dan. Same to you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Getting me. There we go. Yeah, there's your message. I'm using the StreamYard tonight, and it usually works pretty well. So I'm glad we have that going. Also, I'm using my new Mac. So upgraded camera, video, and sound, hopefully for you guys. So hopefully you guys are hearing me all right. Again, haven't really done many of these this year, so yeah, so it's pretty fun. Oh, good. Dan's confirming everything's good. That's good to hear. All right, let me share my screen here. And just an overview real quick of the channel. So we gained 2,000 subscribers this year, went from 10,000 to a little over 12,000, which is good, and another million views. So up to 6 million, which, I know it's a small channel and I'd love it to be even bigger, but I guess I really can't complain for something I do as a hobby. And as we'll talk about this year too, we had a job change in there too. So we'll talk about that. But let me just go in real quick order of, the reviews and the videos. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I actually ordered a Bronco. And it came in right in the beginning of January. This was the Bronco Sport first edition. I ordered it on the first day orders opened. I actually, was able to secure a first edition Bronco Sport. I was leaning toward the Bronco Sport because of my Cherokee. It's more, car based rather than, the hardcore off-roader. I ended up not getting it, obviously. But these videos did really well, all the Bronco videos, including this one. And then I also made the reasons why I didn't buy it. And that was pretty fun. In fact, it has almost 40,000 views. So actually that one even did better. But it comes down to it didn't have a lot of the features for the price. And it was missing a lot of features compared to my Cherokee. So I didn't want to give up that and decided to pass on it. But don't worry, we'll get to the full-size Bronco here coming up as well. I did a snow review of the new Cooper Discoverer Enduramax tires. I got those on last summer, and it finally was snowing enough to test them out. They did really well. I was pretty happy with them, and they're not the all-terrain tires. They're more of the highway tread, but I wanted that because they were quieter, and yeah, they still did great in snow. So happy about that, and happy to work with Cooper again as well this year. Another fun one was the 2020 miles, the miles driven on all my vehicles in the year of the pandemic. I'm definitely doing an update one this year, so stay tuned for 2021 miles. update. These are a lot of fun for me at least, and I'd recommend doing this, for everybody to just write down what you start at, at the beginning of the year and then compare it to the end. It's a lot of fun. I had 3 cars in 2020, and the miles per on each car went down, and of course the pandemic. But we're going to see what happens this year for some other circumstances. I made a quick video about the new Cadillac CT5V and the CT4V. If anyone has those vehicles, they are starting to be shipped now, and people have secured them. Please let me know. I'd love to review one of them. I love that the manual's back in there, and I love the the classic V8 before we have no V8s and everything goes to EVs. So yeah, definitely looking for those to review in 2021. And guys, let me know too if there's anything specifically you would want me to review this year. Well, in 2022, I should say. So yeah, put it in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this after. You can also watch this after, so no big deal there. But yeah, in 2021, unfortunately, I was laid off from my job at Uber. Uber was where I was working, testing out the autonomous vehicles. That's why I do enjoy a lot of the autonomous tech and driver assistance systems. I try to test that in every vehicle that I review that has that technology. Not every car has that, of course. And I also got to test the Tesla full self-driving here later. Well, late this year in 2021, so we'll get to that video. But yeah, pretty cool. Did a little live stream here about plug-in hybrids. Also, plugins was the first time testing a plug-in this year as well. That was another first. So pretty cool. I had another problem with my Jeep. That always happens pretty much yearly, unfortunately, with this vehicle. But I have this lifetime powertrain warranty on it, and they covered this part. So it's the oldest vehicle I have, and it's the longest I've owned a vehicle. But for now, it's going to stay until I have something better to replace it with, honestly, better daily. But yeah, this got decent views because it is a common problem with this engine, the V6 oil cooler leaking. I got my first plug-in hybrid, as I said. This is the Toyota RAV4 Prime, a very popular vehicle, or a very in-demand vehicle, I should say, because it is hard to get. They were limited, and there weren't too many made, in 2021. There should be more for 2022. Very interesting, though. I will say one thing about plugins. Well, the charging times are super short, so it will not, anyone can charge it. I used my cord on the outside of my house on a 110 power outlet, charged overnight, no problem, and then had about 35 miles of range. So very convenient, that part. The thing I didn't like is you don't have the full power like an EV has, and you only get that full power with the gas engine and EV motor turn on at the same time. So it's a little bit of false. They claim the power, they claim the acceleration numbers with both power plants, but if you're only using EV, it's way slower, more like a 8-second 0 to 60 compared to 5-second with both. So just be aware of that. And I found that even on the next plug-in hybrid I did, which was the Jeep Wrangler plug-in 4xe. So just be aware of that. I also got another Mazda, the Mazda 3 Turbo all-wheel drive. Love this vehicle, actually. One of my favorites of the year. I wasn't so I didn't going into it, I didn't think I would love it because of the front wheel drive bias or basis of this vehicle, and I was worried that that's what it would feel like, a front wheel drive vehicle, but it turned out it felt great. It has the all-wheel drive system, but it pushes the power to the rear, and it was a great handling, fun to drive car. I really like Mazdas. Looking forward to seeing what comes out from them. I know this year they're bringing out a new CX-5 It's going to be called a CX-50. I hope to get my hands on that. Again, this was a press vehicle, and I still get Mazda press vehicles, so I hope to get my hands on that one this year. But yeah, very fun car. Loved it. Highly recommend it for anyone that needs all-wheel drive daily, fun daily, decent fuel economy, and yeah, really like that one. Next, did a little waking up from hibernation video. Didn't get that many views, but all right. Yeah, the first EV of the year, Mustang Mach-E. Yes, I know everyone was not thrilled with the name, including myself, but to be honest, it was a nice vehicle. I did like it. I thought it was very well built, quiet, and oh, what happened? Why am I not playing? Oh, there we go. Quiet, and it was refined inside. It has a nice big touchscreen and everything in there. But yeah, the standard model is not the fastest, but it's plenty. You know, it is plenty. So I really did like it. Not that many views though, surprisingly. I thought this new vehicle would be would have a lot of views actually, but oh, I tried out the shorts. The YouTube does these shorts now. I don't know. It's goofy. YouTube's trying to get into everything. 1,000, little over 1,000 views there. My first spring drive of the year. This was this was just local roads actually, and it was a fun little drive I took with my one buddy, and yeah, it was yeah, I think this was March or April, and yeah, first drive of the season, and we got I tried to do like this test drive loop for when I test out the press cars and everything, but yeah, so that's what I was doing there. Oh, I talked about the new 86 reveal. That's another car I'm very much looking forward to drive this year in 2022. I do get Toyota press cars, so I should be getting my hands on that soon, I guess. And one I really want to test, one I'm really interested in. Steve's here. Thanks for joining us, Steve. Yeah, Concord Grilled in St. Louis. Yes, I remember you from the cross country trip, and fond memories of that whole trip, including visiting your grill in St. Louis. That was awesome. Hope to do that again someday. We'll definitely let you know if we pass by St. Louis. That was awesome. And if you guys want to watch those videos, I do have a playlist on the channel of the cross country trip. A lot of fun times on those trips. That was in the C7 Corvette. Another fun one this year, a classic Dodge Viper. Did a lot of like modern classics this year, I guess you would call them. And this was with my buddy Mark. Actually did a couple vehicles with him. And yeah, what a vehicle. This was a fun one. Definitely raw. You hear everything. It's more raw than like a Corvette, I would say. But yeah, very cool vehicle, and glad I got to drive it. He did end up selling it late this year for something else, but yeah, that was a fun one. Oh, and then the most viewed video of the year was the walk around of the Bronco, and I have to thank my buddy Octane Fox. He actually told me about the Bronco Road Show here in Pittsburgh. Well, it was going through all different cities, and he told me about this road show, and I got to sign up online real quick, and then I was able to go and visit it, and just did a walk around. You couldn't drive it or anything, and over 155,000 views. Again, my best video of the year. So thanks for that. And Dan says 3 pedals. Can you imagine? Yep. I'm assuming you're talking about the Viper. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And of course, the Bronco is available in a manual as well. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. I test 2 of them this year. We'll go through it. But yeah, if anybody has a manual Bronco, let me know. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. The next thing I did was this is the best part of the Supra, I think, is the programming with Beamer code. I have several videos on this, but I was able to program or code, I should say, track mode. So a Sport Plus mode into the touchscreen. You can adjust it, and it just basically gives more increased throttle response. And I guess that's about it, because everything else, the suspension stays in the Sport, and even the steering and everything. So, but it's fun just to tweak stuff on this thing. You can do a lot of different things on the screen. So, fun video if you have a BMW or a Supra. Beamer code is awesome. All right. Oh, this is where I did the Wrangler 4xe. And again, the same thing I'm going to say is you don't get the full power unless you're in the hybrid mode where you're using a gas engine and the EV. So I don't know. I'm not sold on the plugins anymore. I kind of want all the power all the time. So, and then when you're using it as the hybrid, you don't get the efficiency either. You're not getting a hybrid efficiency. In fact, you're getting worse than a regular hybrid. So, did my buddy Randy's Camaro before he got rid of it, and we do another video at the end of the year. But this was fun just to compare the same year Corvette and Camaro. Both of us had this 2016, almost the same color as well. The Camaro blue is a little bit darker, but yeah, that was fun. His was an auto, but yeah, an SS Camaro there. Did another little short. Oh, and then we get to track season. So I did a track battle with the C7 and the Supra, because it was my first time comparing them back to back. I don't know why these aren't playing. There we go. And you guys will have to watch the video to see, but they ended up being pretty close. But yeah, I did the Supra, and then, or this was the Corvette, and then I did the Supra right after it. In fact, on the same exact tires, because I had a tire problem this year. I had to get new rear tires on the Supra because of how they wear and the alignment. I had the alignment checked and everything. In fact, this is right here with the alignment. This West Point Auto is awesome. In Greensburg and in Monroeville area of Pittsburgh. They're awesome guys. I like working with them. They do it by the book. They even put weight in the car. Yeah, and I checked. It was a hair off maybe the alignment, but nothing. That's just how it is. It has a lot of camber from the factory, and that's what caused the wear. But I ended up getting PS4S's for the Supra, which is the same tire I have on the Corvette. I didn't get, well, this year was really hard because tire shortages, and you guys know everything that's going on with supply chain issues. So I ended up even having to increase the rear tire width, the 285s. But yeah, they did great. I love the 4S's. I mean, now actually Supra offers a BMW spec 4S, which unfortunately I was like right there, and I think I got them in June. They came out in July, the BMW spec, which actually amps up even more, a little bit more track performance. But these did well. I was happy with it, happy with the car, a little bit more tail happy, but again, fun cars on track for sure. And pretty similar times. All right, next car review I did was the classic Bronco, 1990 Bronco, and this one was my friend Mark's again. So, and it actually was a famous Bronco. It's on Rust TV show, Netflix show, and we all know what happened with the series. I don't know if it's going to ongoing with the little incident that happened on there, but yeah, this is a fun fun vehicle, and just because it's a Bronco, got a lot of views, so over 6,000 views there. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And all of these can be considered, car review of the year. It doesn't have to be a brand new vehicle or anything, but pretty much like my favorite one I had of the year, I guess. But it's give me your thoughts too in the comments and everything. So, oh, and then I took a road trip in the Supra, which was a lot of fun. I think 1,500 miles. Yeah, 1,500 miles in the Supra. Did well, great fuel economy, and the fuel economy is really unbelievably good in this vehicle. Into the 30s, low to mid 30s on the highway and stuff. So that part's really great. The downside is you could see it. You can't fit a lot in the back, but not like the Corvette. We also did a driving road, the back of the Dragon. That was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it if you're in the this Tennessee, Virginia area. All those Appalachian Mountain drives are a lot of fun. Oh, my first exotic car review ever, which was a Ferrari GTC for Lusso. Thanks to a subscriber. He did not want to appear in the video, but that's another thing I wanted to mention, guys. If you are totally not comfortable being in a video, no problem. I don't have to put you in. It could just be me. You could be riding in the passenger seat, like in this case. But otherwise, for the most part, a lot of people say they're not comfortable being on video, but in the end, like as I'm filming B-roll and stuff, and we get to talking, they decide, oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. That's happened several times this year, and it's fine. And I do a lot of editing too. I could say, don't worry about saying something wrong or stupid. I cut it out. I make it fun. I make a fun video out of it. So never worry about that stuff. It'll always turn out well. Put it that way. So yeah, this was awesome driving a Ferrari. Again, one of my favorites just because it was a Ferrari. I was very nervous driving it though, to be honest. But I was a little starstruck as well, but it was really cool. And it wasn't the first time I've driven a Ferrari. This is the first V12 Ferrari though I've driven. So, but the first actual review. So very, very cool. And very blessed I had the opportunity this year. Steve says, I did the Tail of the Dragon this year in the C7. Great time. Yes, I've done the Tail of the Dragon in the C7 and the Supra, actually. But yeah, I love it. This back of the Dragon is even longer than the tail. I would say it's not as tight as the Tail of the Dragon, but it's longer, more sweeping curves. This, unfortunately, it rained most of the way. I'd love to go back though. There's so many roads down there and experience more of it. The next review was a 93 Acura Nsx, another modern classic. Excellent car, very fun. Another top vehicle. This was my buddy Evans. Oh, I guess these 4K videos are hard to play. Okay. Yeah, and this was a lot of fun. I want to thank all you guys, all you subscribers and friends that helped. I encourage you guys to be, reach out, Instagram, Facebook, and I just put recently a email address in the description of every video. So if you guys want to reach out, and I'd love to feature your car on the channel. I did another drive or rally. This was in West Virginia. That was a fun road. It was the WV7, West Virginia Route 7, I think was the route that, it was a very fun road. Oh, another good one this year, the new Jeep Grand Cherokee L, over 34,000 views. Yeah, these Grand Cherokees I'm very interested in because I obviously own a Jeep Cherokee, and I think about, replacing mine with the Grand Cherokee. Not the L, not the long wheelbase one, with the two row though. I definitely want to do the two row this year, and make a good video of it. I'd love to test the Hemi V8 version as well. But yeah, very nice vehicle. This one is huge with the three rows, very luxurious inside. I think they did a really nice job with the update. It needed an update. The old one was like over a decade old. So, yep. But yeah, that video did well too. And this is thanks to Deal Jeep in Robinson, a great dealer I was working with. Unfortunately, the contact there left the city, moved, but I did several videos with him, and they were great to work with. Oh, another car, like dream car of mine, a 911 GT3 2014. This is my buddy Larry's, and wow, fun car. This was a PDK, and you know what? Yeah, I love the manual, but the PDK in this was so violent, so fun. I don't know. I think I'd have to go PDK with the GT3. It's a tough call, but I mean, I really liked it. I really liked the launch. We did a launch control, and it was really fun. Definitely check out this video if you haven't seen it. I can't believe it didn't get more views, but yeah, this was a top contender for me. I love Porsches in general, though. I just never owned one. Did an autocross in the Supra. That was fun. I think I spun it. Took some friends along. Then I did a Mazda Miata manual this year. The previous season, I had a press car that was auto. They finally got a manual in their press fleet and sent that to me this year. It was a lot of fun. It improved many of the things that I didn't like about the Miata originally. So if you see that review, I was a little bit negative, or maybe a lot on certain things. This one did improve a lot. I liked it a lot better. Although I still like the 86 BRZ chassis better than the Miata. I think a lot of reviewers picked the Miata over the 86. But if you can live without a convertible, if you can live without, if you want the Roadster convertible, yes, you got to get the Miata, and it's a great choice. But if you want a little bit more button down chassis, more serious car, more serious sports car, I would go 86 BRZ. Go ahead and comment below if you don't agree. That's the way I feel right now, and I feel like it's only going to get better with the new generation of 86. I'm really looking forward to that one this year. Okay. Oh, my first Hellcat review. This was another first, and I don't know why. I haven't driven, not even driven one before. So this happened to be a manual, and this was thanks to Deal again. It was a lot of fun. I do really, really want to test an auto, though. If anyone has an auto, even a Challenger, Charger, or even the Jeeps, I don't care what it is. I'd love to test an auto version, because the gearing, I think, in this manual doesn't really tell the true story. I think the 8-speed auto is going to be way, way quicker. But nonetheless, I love the supercharger whine. I think I'd get the auto in this vehicle, though, to be honest. Another first. My first right-hand drive vehicle I've ever driven and ever reviewed. This was a cute little Subaru van, K-van. A lot of fun. Look at the views too. A decent amount of views, 2,500 views out of this. I was going back and forth on it, and I'm really glad we did it. yeah, I met this guy at a car show. I meet a lot of the reviews and a lot of the people I meet come from the car shows, and it's really cool. This was a great opportunity, and had a lot of fun doing it. Wasn't the most powerful thing, but it was a lot of very cool vehicle, very cool. Go check it out if you haven't. And this was imported from Japan, and now these vehicles are starting to come over as their age. I think it's 20 years or 25 years you old. You can import them now, although some states are still banning them. Beware because of safety things. But yeah, these aren't the safest vehicles for sure. Oh, I did a video with my friend, a lot of my Camaro owner friends. I let them drive my Supra just to get their reaction to the Supra. I like to do that with my real close friends, and also do car swaps as well. So that's another opportunity. I don't think I did any car swaps this year besides doing this one with my friends. So that was fun. Oh, okay. And then the first full size Bronco, guys. I have to say, I was shocked by this vehicle, and not in a good way. This was one of the worst vehicles I tested of the year, or probably the worst. I mean, and let me just preface this. This was the Badlands, and I highlighted bad because the Badlands. It was the 4-door Badlands with the 4-cylinder. I did not like the 4-cylinder at all. It had a ton of turbo lag. It was horribly slow off the line. I don't know. Maybe they didn't put the premium fuel in it. I know it gets more power and better performance with premium, but this is a heavy vehicle. The V6 is way better. I tested that later this year. The ride and handling were terrible. It rode so rough with the Badlands suspension. This was not the Sasquatch package. This was the 33-inch tires on the Badlands standard. Yeah, it squeaked, rattled, was noisy. I after that, I was like, there's no way I'd buy one. But there was some redemption later this year, and we'll get to that. 2021 BMW X4, that was a fun SUV. I mean, very expensive though, very expensive. I don't know if I think it was 70 grand, maybe more. It was a fun SUV though. That's all I could say. If you have to have the SUV form factor, this is the coupe SUV version. Fun vehicle though, and it was with my buddy Jay here, and we do another one of his vehicles later on here. Oh, I did give you a job update. You guys can watch the video if you're interested in seeing what happened, but I did get a job. I was going to try to do YouTube full time, but unfortunately that wasn't going to work out. Just not big enough yet. Hopefully, maybe one day, maybe I can retire on YouTube. That'd be awesome. Oh, I had my first real issue with the Supra. I went in to there was a brake recall. They did like the full computer update. I ended up losing CarPlay altogether, and I think my cellular connection went out. It was a big ordeal. If you want to watch that video, it all turned out well. I did get full screen CarPlay as well out of the deal for free, because then they update the car. So that was cool. All right, next, got to have a Corvette in the mix, and this is a C5, 2000 C5 auto. I'd love to do every generation of Corvette. I've done C6, C7, of course, C5. I'd love to do a C4. I'd love to do them all. But yeah, guys, if you have a Corvette, I'd love to do one. I'd love to do a Z06 version of the C5. I know that's a very sought after version of the car. But yeah, I still love Corvettes. I still own my C7. So, and I'd love to do, I've done the C8. I didn't even mention the C8. I've done the C8. I love to do the Z06 when it comes out, hopefully in 2022 here. Another very popular hot car, 2021 Civic Type R, and this was the limited edition. So thanks to another subscriber and friend, yeah, he just got the Type R. He actually had both the regular version and then the limited edition. And fun vehicle. I am not a front wheel drive person though, and there was a lot of front wheel drive spin, and I was a little bit surprised by that, but yeah, still not a front wheel drive person. Sorry. Let's see. Oh, here we go. The Bronco redeems itself. The Wildcat. This was a two-door, much better with the V6, 10-speed auto with the V6. Good power in that combination. Rode a ton better. This had the Sasquatch with the 35-inch tires. I don't know how much the two-door, four-door changes the ride, but you would think that the four-door rides better because of the longer wheelbase. This rode better. I just, this also had the hardtop. The two doors come standard with the hardtop. Everything was better in this vehicle than the Badlands. And, you know, the Badlands had the soft top. It was loud. Yeah, I don't know. It was night and day difference for me. This one I could see like own. I would, not that I would own it, but like I could see owning it because it was more livable. It was it rode decent. You know, I liked it a lot better, put it that way. So I'm back liking the Bronco, but when I first drove that Badlands, I was like, I can't believe this. I did not like it at all. I did a fun little I got this little air pressure or air compressor inflator, tire inflator. That did pretty well. If you guys are interested in that, it's on Amazon now, and pretty cool little inflator. Oh, the Mustang GT350, not R, but normal GT350 with the Voodoo engine. First time doing a review of this. I did test drove one of these years ago, but very fun car. Another top contender car review of the year for me. And it just really handles differently than the normal Mustang. The engine was also fun. I'd be the first to say I wasn't thrilled with the sound originally, like, you know, just hearing them, but driving it, it was a lot better. Like, you know, it sounded like Chewbacca to me, just hearing him, you know, not driving it. And I don't know. It was a really great car. I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I know there's some reliability issues. Although that Mike here, he never had any issues with it. But you know, they and I there's me here with my old 2015 Mustang. So I am a Mustang fan. But yeah, no, he's had good luck with his, and it's a great great vehicle. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. So top contender there. Then we test out the opposites type of Mustang. This is the EV Mustang Mach-E GT though. This is the electric, top of the line, 500 horsepower GT version. It was extremely quick. In fact, it was so quick it was making me motion sick just test driving it. And I don't know. It's almost like scary that people that aren't used to fast cars are going to be buying this vehicle as a family vehicle. And I had it where it was the roads were a little bit wet, and I got the tail out, and I was shocked. But yeah, what a world we're going to be living in here in the next few years when all these EVs come out, because they are all fast. I mean, people are gonna, I don't know, but this is going to be scary to see, you know, normal everyday people driving these fast vehicles. But they're faster than anything any gas powered vehicles that I've been in. So I'm not saying there's not fast gas powered vehicles. There are, but these things are just like easily accessible and extremely fast. All wheel drive. There's crazy, crazy, crazy. If you haven't driven an EV yet, yeah, go drive one. I did this little short thing, and I shouldn't have made it a short, I don't think, but because it only got 157 views. But if you have a Supra and you don't know how to enable daylight savings time, like the automatic clock setting, go watch this. It's 43 seconds long, but this will tell you how to fix it in the settings, because I was like, why didn't my clock change? And it was because the recall reset everything, all the settings. So I had to go do that. So I made it a little short, but again, I shouldn't have made it a short because it didn't get any views. Next thing, I did a new air filter upgrade to the Supra just to increase the intake sound, because I did an airbox mod a year or two ago, and I never replaced the paper element, so I replaced it with this one. It did give a little bit more sound and a little bit more throttle response as well, so that was good. Oh, the Tesla full self-driving, my buddy Matt has this Tesla. I did the full review the previous year, so 2020 season, but this one we just did the full self-driving. He just got it in the fall here. A lot of fun. Brought my memory of my days at Uber driving these, and very cool. This technology is not for everybody. I don't think you should even bother getting it if you have you have to pay attention. If you think you're just going to set it and forget it, don't even bother. You have to babysit these things. I enjoy that, though. I think it's fun. And of course, I had my job used to be that. So I don't have any problem with it, but again, do not get it if you think you can just set it and forget it. I would get it because I think it's fun, but it's not for everybody. But very happy got to experience it, and they keep updating it. So even the one I drove, which was version 10.4, I think they're on like 10.8 now or something. So every couple of weeks they're giving a new update, so it improves. But it did excellent. I thought it was the best one. Well, it is the best one on the market right now. Things may be changing here coming up. There's a lot coming out in 22 here, and I'll be extremely excited to test out, including the Blue Cruise, which is on the Ford vehicles, except it wasn't on the Mach-E's that I tested, unfortunately. This was a great video. If you have a Corvette or any wired CarPlay, you could turn it into wireless with this device, and that was very simple and easy. I go through the whole setup process. And then last couple reviews, my buddy Randy, this was his new vehicle, a Ford Hybrid Escape. And of course, didn't give many views, but it's something I still am interested in. It's a good mix of efficiency, yet you don't have to plug it in. And that's one thing about hybrids. You're getting like 40 miles per gallon, and you don't have to worry about plugging it in at all. And you're getting the same performance all the time. Where a plug-in, you have to plug it in, and then you only get the full performance with both engines. But in the EV mode, you're getting slower performance than even this hybrid. So normal hybrids still have a place, I think, and we're going to still see these before we convert totally into EVs. Oh, this one was a really big surprise for me. The 2022 BMW M4 Competition. This was again my buddy Jay's. He had a Supra and he replaced it with this. And you know what? This one surprised me. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I would. This was all-wheel drive with the top 500 horsepower engine. It was fast. It handled great. The transmission was the same as the Supra, but it's even beefed up more, and it has a great launch control system. We did launch control, super fast car, and it's all-wheel drive even. And all-wheel drive didn't ruin it. It had the rear wheel bias, and you can even turn it into two-wheel drive mode. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this car. Definitely a contender for review of the year. And then I finished off the year with my buddy. This is my old college friend, and I don't think anyone caught it because no one said anything in the comments. But I stuck an old picture of us in college at the end. Probably no one. This didn't get great views either. But I wanted to test out the big GM full size SUVs. I love the V8. I love the V8 sound, and it's just a relaxed cruiser, and it sounds great. I driving this thing really makes me want to get a V8 in an everyday vehicle. I know the fuel economy is not great, but I think about replacing my Jeep Cherokee with the V8 version of a Grand Cherokee or something like that. So I don't know. This was a fun review. I love having my friends on. This is not a car friend. This is a old friend. And here we go. Here's a whole picture, and it was a lot of fun. So thanks to Pat for joining me in that one. That was great. But yeah, that was the year. It was a tough year. With the job situation and everything, but a lot of great vehicles. And like I said, over 25 vehicles. Got to work with dealers, still got some press cars, and did the exotic car, the Ferrari, a right-hand drive car. But anyway, guys, I hope 22 is even better. I really hope to get more of everything, more press cars, more dealer cars, more subscriber cars, and have more variety too. So I think it comes down to I have to pick one of my car review of the year. And I was thinking of this a lot. There's so many good choices. I mean, it's very difficult to decide. Me being more of a new car person, I lean towards the newest technology, the newest thing. And this might be a surprise, but I'm going to pick the BMW. People may not love the looks of it, the front end. It does look better in person. I think even here, it looks worse, me looking at it on the screen here, than it did in person. And in this color too. I would get a darker color to blend in more. But this vehicle really surprised me. Oops. What did I do here? This vehicle really surprised me. I didn't realize how much I would like it. Again, this BMW is all configurable, all the different modes for M modes, and also the Beamer code would work on this. Not that I feel like I don't want a vehicle that's all electronic and all does everything for you, but I do kind of like that customization where you can tailor it to exactly the way you want it. This also had the self-driving features. It did excellent. Not self-driving, I should say assisted driving, because it did the steering. That was even impressive in this vehicle. Everything was great. Heads-up display. It rode, it's firm, but it rode nice. And then, of course, adjustable suspension. I was just really was surprised at this vehicle. So that's my pick this year. I don't know if you guys agree or comment below what you think, but I really was surprised. I'm not saying I would buy it for the price. It's about 90,000 in this configuration. This also had the matte paint, but it was really impressive. I love you could turn the four-wheel drive to two-wheel drive, and you can have the drift mode, and it's really cool. It's a really well all-around vehicle. You could use it all winter if you put winter tires on and stuff. So yeah, I'm surprising myself that I picked it, but but it was really good, really good. And again, the other ones I loved were the GT350. I thought the Mach-E was great. The two-door Bronco was acceptable. The Ferrari, of course, was awesome. The 911 GT3 NSX was awesome. So many great vehicles. I want to thank all of you guys for the support and trusting me with your vehicle. And I hope you guys like the reviews too. Definitely leave a comment below what you think, if you want anything changed. I love involving the owner. So many car reviewers like don't, and I don't know why. I see them sitting in the passenger seat and they cut them out. I like I said, I will do that if absolutely you don't want to be in a video, but I love having the owner's perspective. I think it makes a much more interesting, better video. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing it. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the channel and everything. Dan says, looking forward to 2022. Your videos of the Corvette ending hibernation has become a trademark and marked the beginning of the fun driving once again. Yes, I do try to do that. Yeah, that usually happens in March. I usually put them away December, January, February. And honestly, guys, I don't know where the winter is this year. There's been hardly any snow. It's not that cold. I'm a little bit worried that we're going to be paying for this in March, and I hope not. But yeah, it's it's been a crazy kind of year. It's been like 50s, 60s in December. It's nuts. So I'm sure we're going to be paying for it later, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, I don't want to keep you too long here. I always say I don't want to go over half an hour, and I always end up doing this. So I hope you enjoyed the year. Please continue to support the channel. Tell your friends, watch, comment, like, all that stuff. It really helps out. YouTube is so goofy. I think my views per video are down this year, but I still did pretty well in the end. I guess again, I can't complain. I'd love to do better. I'd love to grow bigger, but this just not happening right now. So anyway, guys, thanks again for all your support. Happy New Year in 2022. Look for more fun in 22, and I hope you'll stick with me. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next videos in 22.